What's happening, guys? Welcome to this week's episode of Streams of Grace. I'm super excited this week to share this testimony with you of what happened today. Just so awesome how God provides for His children. I'll give you a verse of scripture, and then I'll share how that goes along with what happened today. So anyway, in second chapter of Judges, verse 7, it says, "The people worshiped the Lord throughout Joshua's lifetime and during the lifetimes of the elders who outlived Joshua. They had seen all the Lord's great works and that He had done for Israel." Then you go down to verse 10, it says, "The whole generation was also gathered to their ancestors. After them, another generation rose up who did not know the Lord or the works He had done for Israel." So God had told the people of Israel to talk about this, write it on the door frames of your heart, pass it down to generation. I guess they had forgotten to do that, and some people had just not passed it down to their kids, so their kids had forgotten what God had done bringing them out of Egypt. But anyways, I think a lot of times in our life, it's easy to get caught up and not share the things that's awesome that God does in our life with our kids and instill upon them how real God is and how He really works in our life. And it had been a while since something really miraculous had happened in my life as far as God just showing up and showing out that blew us away. A few years ago when I was at the fire station, the fire station I worked at was about 44 miles one way, and I drove a Dodge 3500 with a Cummins diesel in it. I fired up that morning to go to work. I had no money in the checking account, had no money in my billfold. I had just enough diesel fuel to get me to work. And that morning I just said, "Lord, I got plenty to get to work, but I'm going to be sunk if you don't show up and do something miraculous to get me home. But I'm not going to ask nobody. I'm not going to tell nobody. I'm not going to do anything to let them know that I don't have a way to get home. I just want to see you show up and do something awesome." So later in that day, actually at supper time at the firehouse, we were all gathered around. We ate together, my fire family. We were sitting around the table eating supper, and I heard a door shut and someone coming in, and I thought, no, we got somebody bringing helmets for a school tour. And it turned out to be somebody from the office, and they said, "Hey, brought y'all's checks early." It wasn't a paycheck. At the fire department, because we worked holidays, we would get what's called a holiday check. It was X number of hours with just basically taxes taken out. And we weren't scheduled to get it till later, but we ended up getting it earlier than I thought. And I was just thanking the Lord. I had a tear in my eye because I didn't share with no one that I didn't even have enough money to get home, but God miraculously provided that. And I was able to share that with my son and just blow him away about how God takes care of His people. So then you fast forward a few years till today, and fortunately our bills are not much, and we don't have to have a ton of money, but every penny does count nonetheless. And we run out of merchandise to sell for our business, and I ended up taking today off. Last night while I was cooking supper, I said, "Lord, I just really want you. It's been a while since you've just showed up and showed out to show my son and blow him and us away about your provision for His people." So I prayed about that, and I said, "God, you just got to do something awesome just to blow us away." So I had planned on just getting up this morning and going on to work and just allowing God to provide that way, even though we was out of a lot of stuff. But a lot of things happened this morning that kind of frustrated my plans, and I just said, you know what, I ain't going to work today. I'm just going to take the day off, a unscheduled vacation day. And if I don't work, I don't get paid. So my buddy, I told him all about it. He said, "Man, I just keep my eyes open today because God, it sounded like God's up to something. Normal things that were going crazy this morning that didn't normally happen." He said, "I just keep my eyes and ears open today." So we was going to go get my son's haircut, and I go check the mailbox. And I have been expecting a check. I didn't know when it would be here. The check was pretty much the exact amount that I make in a day above what I was told the check would be. I'm blown away by God's provision. It was so awesome. Last night when I laid down in bed, I prayed. I said, God, please do something amazing that only you can take credit for. So not only us be blown away, it wasn't even about the money. It's just so my son can see how God takes care of his people. And man, God really showed up and showed out today. And that is just awesome, awesome, awesome. And I just had to brag on him a little bit today. I know this is a different Streams of Grace than usual, but remember, when God shows up and shows out in your life, show your kids. Allow your kids to be a part of it so it gets written on their hearts. And then they can pass it down to their kids. And I'm excited to share the stories of what God's done in my life with you guys as well. I hope y'all have a great night. Look forward to seeing you next time. Have a good one.